Hi, and welcome back to the next episode of Homeworld Defense. This is our second episode of it. We're gonna give it a fair shake and see what pops out. See if it's something that's gonna be something I feel worthwhile for playing. It does not appear that these are the Steam achievements. Either that or you get achievements for placing 10 of manual mode. What is manual mode? I did not know there was a manual mode. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Hmm. Anyways, good game so far. If you watched my last video, you know I think it needs a little work here and there. But for this playthrough, let's stop picking on it and just see what we get. Just let's look at the game for what it is. I've said all the things that, unless something horrible comes up, I've said the things that I feel need saying about the interface and the graphics and stuff. So okay, so I start with 80. Well, I definitely, from experience, want one of those right on the front lip. There we go. So let's see what comes. Ooh, the asteroids almost seem a little harder here because that took more shots than I expected. And I have a feeling this is going to be a sucker level. It's suckering me into thinking it's... Oh, we're also on the outside of the asteroid belt now. I didn't catch that until just now. But I have a feeling that this map is one of those ones that's going to be like, oh yeah, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. And then it's just going to hit. I do like that I get resources for the ones that, even the ones that crash into the planet. And it's kind of a horrible way to get resources, but at least those aren't lost resources. Because in a game where those are lost resources, it tends to create a little bit of a negative feedback loop. God, I need to get more power out there. Too many of them are getting past the platform. I want them dead out here, not back here. I mean, I don't want them... I'd rather them dead here than hitting the planet, but I want them dead out here where they don't have any kind of chance of me hitting the planet. Now, I do like the effect on that. The bombs, because they look like a space-time continuum bender bomb thing. If that made any sense whatsoever. I realized what I just said sounded kind of dumb. Let's get one of these for the big guys, because he does seem to help with the cleanup. I do wish it would aim at the big ones first, but that's why you get more than one of them. The more guns you have, the less gets through. But I think that's universally true of any kind of combat situation. I'm sure if you went to any general anywhere in any war that has ever happened and said, hey, would you like the ability to deal more damage to your enemies? Be that back in, say, the Roman era when it would have been more phalanx, more troops, more, just more people to use. Or if it was, in more modern wars, just more guns. More guns to point at the enemy. Oh my goodness, that is a huge rock. I just realized that rock is not part of the background, and it is coming for us, and I think we need more missiles. Because missiles do lots and lots of damage. Come on. That's a big rock. I told you this was a sucker level. I told you this was a level that was just waiting to sucker me in. Come on. Clicking on it does nothing. Come on. Gonna hit. Oh, not only does it hit, it's a planet buster. Yikes. Planet was destroyed. Everyone dies. Ow. Well, I'm gonna just try that again immediately, but I'm gonna do my weapons different. I'm gonna put more of the little guns and less of the Macedonians, because the Macedonians hit 4 targets, but they're only hitting it with one of their shots doing that. So I'm sure they weren't shooting all 4 beams each into that. So that's where 2 of these guys might be better than a single Macedonian. And now that I'm thinking about it, were the Macedonians a threat to Egypt at any time? I don't know. I want to say that... Or was Egypt part of Macedonia? I'd like to know if there's actually historical context to that name. I'll have to look it up. You know what? I think because I was doing fine with the little guys, I think instead of getting any Macedonians at all, I'm going to switch focus. Come on. Dang it. I think I'm going to switch focus to getting as many missilers as I can. Because those do really high damage. And I think, and that's what I needed for that thing, more damage. I think that one missed the planet anyways. What was that? Oh, it's a fragment. That's the other thing, is this view here appears to be off the back of the platform at the planet. Which is interesting. It's an interesting design choice. Oh, I think I just saw a resource node fade away. So we're going to have to watch that. And I see that monster. If you don't see him, it's right there. It's coming for us. I do appreciate that it moves slow. If I can, I'm going to try and leave the some bombs out there. Problem is, oh, bombs fade. Did it fade? Bombs fade. Okay. So stuff fades away when it's not used. So I don't think it's going to let me do that. Alright, we're at the point where I think we just need more of everything. Good, another missile. Considering oh, they retarget. If what they were shooting at, it gets destroyed, they retarget. I appreciate that. That's too far away. Oh, they don't retarget on the other ones that are coming in, though. They're stuck on that one. For the Macedonian may have been a better idea. So do I just need better weapons? Is that what it is? Because I am dumping a lot of... Oh! Nope, it hit the planet. Okay. What weapon upgrade do we need for that is the question. And we can't afford it, so we are forced to replay a world. Not the happiest about that. See, that's only 302, and that's what this does. 300 with a 300 recharge. That does 300 with a 300 recharge. We need something that does more damage faster. It's 100 with 60 recharge. That's pretty quick. That's fairly quick. Because 3 of those would be 180. So you could get 5 of these shots off from the time it takes this guy to shoot once, so that's better. What is this? This is the Terminator. Shoots 4 targets at once at 80 every 30. Maybe. Do we need the shield? Do we need the miners? I just don't know. That's the problem, is I just don't know. So let's go, let's try and perfect raw. Let's see if we can do a perfect on raw with no asteroids hitting the planet. Let's see if that's doable. Because it really isn't changing our abilities, so to speak. It's not letting us shoot faster. It's not giving us more resources. It's just giving us different guns to use. So I'm curious as to whether or not, now that I've gotten a little bit more skill in the game, if it's possible now, from having learned. The other thing is I'm not 100% sure, but the asteroids don't feel random. And there are definitely more on this side of the platform. That is completely obvious to me. If you feel differently, let me know down in the comments, but it certainly feels like the left side of the platform gets a lot more action than the right. So you're going to want to crowd your weapons on the left end. Of course, that could just be these early planets. Later planets, it may change. Those are definitely nice for the smaller ones to keep. When did I get hit? I don't remember anything getting through. Well, no perfect on it this time. At least on this one. And I doubt it's going to be easier on the higher levels to get one. Unless some of the higher level weapons are really cheap, but I don't see that being a thing. Unless they're just unless the pricing is just good enough that I can get something super powered that's going to help out. But I can't see anything helping out more than the Macedonians here. I mean, they, except for that high value huge asteroid, which I don't know how to stop yet, I don't see there being anything that's going to do better. Because so far, I'm guessing weapons are only going to get more expensive from here. I don't see them getting cheaper. The other thing that wouldn't be a game killer for me on this would actually be kind of cool is if there was a way to build research of some kind. You know, be able to research even if it was just each gun getting upgrades. You know, being able to upgrade the turrets so that, you know, speed up the fire rate of these guys, or you know, make the Macedonians keep their speed the same, but let them do a little bit more damage. Not that they really need to. But I wouldn't speed the Macedonians up. That seems to be something that would cause an overpower situation. Because they're already pretty smacktacular for their cost. They're pretty brutal. I'm pretty sure I could finish this level without any asteroids getting past about, oh, I don't know, 2 cursors from the front of the thing. That's another thing I'd like to see now that I think about it, a custom cursor. I mean, it's been working so far, and it really hasn't intruded on my mind, but you know, I don't know what else to talk about during this game except what I'm thinking about it. Because there's not a whole lot of plot and story. There's not really any tactical decisions to be made. It's put down guns and click on the thing. Yeah, I think I'm not going to spend any more of my monies on this level in the last 30 seconds. I think it's just going to be collect everything. I think the guns we've got right now are going to win the day. And so since every 3 of these turns into 100 dark matter, and I want a bunch of dark matter, then I think that that's what we need to aim for. I also wouldn't mind a bonus objective, like something that flies by this way that is worth a whole bunch of points if we get it. That could be cool. That would be an interesting touch. Okay. So that got us 1400. I don't think 14, because that's our total, I believe. 1436. And I didn't get the perfect like I wanted. Yeah, 1436 is our absolute total, and there's no weapon available for that price. So let's do Anubis again, so that we're not just grinding the same one over and over. Like I said, I am a little disappointed because I've now will have played the first 2 worlds 3 times each, without being able to pass the 3rd world. And I don't think it's a flaw in my tactics, because the tactic is put enough guns out. Put enough guns out is fast enough to take care of the problem. That's pretty much it. I'm going to try a little bit of different camera view this time, see if it makes a difference. See, like that, I couldn't tell that either one of those were balls. Maybe give them a different shape. Make them squares or triangles instead of balls. I mean, the dark matter has a kind of a different shape. It's got kind of a texture to its circle. You know, the way this is going on this one, oh, I just realized I have not put down any weapons, and I had plenty of money to add more. This is where I wish I had someone sit next to me going, you can buy one of these, you can buy one of these. There's a game that a friend of mine had that I got to play called Harvest Massive Encounter. That was a really interesting... You know, I may go look that up on Steam and see how much it is. That may be one that I end up playing. But I would definitely call this... if I was to be the one, you know, if this game was given to me and I was told to market it, I would call it a space tower defense game, sort of. I mean, I would consider it a tower defense game. I put down more towers, and I shoot all the enemies that come close. That's pretty much how those games work. So, that's kind of what this game is. I mean, it's definitely a defense game, but that's in the title. Like I said, it reminded me kind of Harvest Massive Encounter, which, by the way, has nothing to do with being in space. Not a thing. All it has to do with is dealing with overwhelming swarms of enemies, and sometimes hitting that situation where it just feels really unfair because there's too much coming at you at once, or one specific thing that you don't have the right stuff to defeat. I think, and I'm going to say it even though I'll jinx myself if I do, I believe that we've got this one with a perfect score. I do believe that we're going to get through this level. Like I said, this will be my second or third time playing this level. So, my gamer's intuition wants to say that we're going to perfect this one. Part of it is stopping collecting resources long enough to build stuff with them. Good. And it looks like most of these little asteroids, that the Macedonian just tears it apart. It doesn't even think about it. It doesn't even think about it as far as firepower is concerned. It seems to just pump out the damage. I don't want to get overzealous. I want to stop paying attention to my upgrades down here. All of a sudden have that huge end wave show up and blow me up. Okay, I had nothing to worry about. Perfect planet. Yep, no damage. It's worth 200 extra. Okay, so I've got 2,000 now. That should be enough to buy one of these new weapons. So let's see what there is. So we can buy the red eye, which is one of them that I was looking at. Just don't know that it's going to be enough damage, but let's find out. Let's go back to Horus. Let's try it again with the red eye. And let's see how much the red eye costs. Depending on its cost, it's going to either be a game saver or a game loser. Because the missile's 7. Ooh, it's only 50. Now that makes a difference. I wish it would show you their stats here. Because, as I recall, it was actually a pretty beefy guy. Yeah, it was 100 damage every 60. So, half as often as these shoot, but over twice as powerful. This may be the ticket that we needed. I do like that the weapons so far, with the exception of these two, but this is an upgraded version of that. And it says that. Although it also says that this is an upgraded version of it, and I don't agree. It's a laser cannon, it has nothing to do with a lightning gun. Oh, we're doing much better so far, it appears. Move our camera just a little bit, because I'm missing resources back there. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it! Darn it. Of course, I had 2 more of those that I could have put down while it was causing that problem, so I guess I kind of have to blame me for that last hit anyways, because I wasn't doing my job. And you can see that monster even still right there. Though it's always there, always looming, you just have to know where to look. Which honestly is the greatest danger of these things, of asteroids or meteors or any of that coming after a planet, is even if you had some kind of defensive system that would help take care of it, you gotta know where to aim it. You gotta see it coming. And the farther away from a planet you get, I mean, if you're using planetary-based detection systems, the farther from a planet you get, the thinner your resources are. Because, say, low Earth orbit, where all of our communication satellites and everything are, which if we detected something like this coming at us, by that point, it's too late. It's hitting the planet. It is way too close. But the amount of resources it would take to keep an eye on all of that is much smaller than keeping an eye on everything out to the range of, say, the moon. Let's say that the moon is 10 times farther. And I don't know if that's accurate, so don't quote me on that. Please don't flame me on that. But 10 times close. But even if that is true, that it's 10 times farther, it is probably 30 or 40 times as much sky to see, just because the oh, that's not good. The game lets you click out of the window. I hope that didn't lose this mission for me just there. Come on, be enough power this time. Okay, guys. I'm gonna call this the end of the episode and the series. I'm frustrated that I can't get past the third level after having played what? How many have I played now? 8 rounds? 9 rounds? I'm a little frustrated. It seems very unfair that I have no way to destroy that giant asteroid. I've got the best weapons that I could really have at this point without having skipped weapons. And being that, I should have the shield. Am I supposed to have the shield, the big boom and the shield instead of the hunter and the red eye? Then why let me have the choice of what I'm buying? Why not unlock it per planet? So I don't know. I'm going to give the game a couple days, come back to it, do one last episode, and we'll see how I feel about it then. But I can unlock... Well, can I just unlock any planet? I can. As long as I have the materials, it looks like I can unlock any planet. I just have a feeling that going all the way to this one would be insane. But like I said, going to give it a couple days. So look for another video probably in the Monday, Tuesday range. And we'll see how I feel about it then. But for now, it's okay. It's a $5 game. I've gotten an hour of mostly enjoyment out of it. It's not bad. I tend to rate games on investment per hour. So if you figure that minimum wage where I live is $10, if I pay like for Fallout's $40 last time I saw it on Steam for the complete pack, including all the expansion packs. If I was to get 4 or 5 hours of enjoyment out of that, I'd be content. I wouldn't be upset about it. However, the fact that I really have gotten like 400 hours of enjoyment out of Fallout 4, now we're looking at 10 cents an hour for the enjoyment. I'm probably paying more for the electricity to run my rig than I paid for the game at that point. So, if you like what you saw, all the information's down in the description to get it. Like I said, give it a couple days, we'll try again. Check the description for all the information. You guys have a great time, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.